The biggest development so far, United States claim that the supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, is dead after the joint strikes by US and Israel on Iran that happened yesterday. Remember, Israel, with the support of United States, had struck several parts of Iran, including several areas in Tehran, the capital of Iran, and which also included the offices and the compounds of the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. In fact, there were also reports that the Ministry of Defense has also been targeted, and if US claims are to be believed, it is being suspected that Khamenei was killed in these strikes that happened at his office and at his compound. Geeta Mohan, my colleague, continues to stay with us. Geeta, what next for the United States? United States is saying that it is prepared for a week-long strike on Iran.
Well, that's right, a week-long strike, but then again, assessment on how much can the Middle East take in terms of attacks by Iran. And when will the international community say that de-escalation is needed? If they sustain this, as the Iranian regime will not be able to sustain a prolonged war. So are we looking at a time frame where they sustain it enough for Iran to really completely crumble? Because there is going to be problem within as well. There are a lot of people who had wanted the regime gone. But then again, it's all about the cost of this war, even if it is limited and confined to a few days. Can the entire region take and bear that cost is the question over here. So yes, they have 1 week's time to maybe ensure that Iran is not just weakened but decimated. But what is the Iranian response really going to be in the region is the big question.
Right. In fact, Donald Trump, in his statement on the Truth Social, has called Khamenei as the most evil leader in the history. So with statements like these, is Trump trying to portray that this is some sort of moral justice which has been done by the United States?
Well, absolutely. And that's exactly what he's been saying all along. That Iran requires on its freedom, that the regime has to go, and moving away from just an Iran-Israel or an Iran-US conflict. He made it out to be internal as well. He said, we're doing this for the people. And the moment the first round of crackdown began in Iran against protesters, he had said that help is coming. Yes, he was made fun of on where was the help, because weeks passed before the help actually came. And now we're seeing the attack by the United States of America. And in that crucial statement that he made, where he was talking about the operation, President Trump also said that, yes, we will ensure that the regime is toppled, and then it's for the people to decide. So yes, what they really want is what was a regime change, toppling of the regime. But the killing of Ayatollah Khamenei is that toppling of the regime. There is more to come. We'll have to wait and see what happens within Iran. Will there be a leadership? Will the leadership be replaced soon? Or will they first look at the war itself, the war situation, and how they're going to first ensure that the war against or with Israel and the United States of America is won, and then maybe later announce the leadership change at the clergy level. At all other government official level, there will have to be immediate replacements. And the killings that have happened are of the top leadership when it comes to intelligence, military, and defense. The defense minister himself. So huge and important developments in the region, in Iran, in terms of the killings that have taken place. Will there be a replacement sooner than later? And do they have the firepower to sustain an Israeli-American onslaught for a week?
Right. Geeta, in fact, amid these claims and these reports that Iranian supreme leader has been killed, we're also showing our viewers the visuals from Tehran where there are celebrations over these reports. So what does what message does that send out?
We were there and we were talking to people, while we also showed that the rules for women have relaxed after the protests that took place. There were others who were also feeling the pinch of the economic sanctions, unhappy with the government, and wanted change. So yes, there are a lot of people. There's one person who said that not many people will say it, but if you ask today, standing at the square, whether they're for the regime or for the change, most of them, and quite a few of them, will come out and say that they want reforms and change. So a lot of people you will see come out and celebrate. But then again, there have been civilian killings, and when civilians are killed, then it really hits home. And nobody in Iran really has any love for Israel. That's for sure. Although they might hate the regime, they might want regime change and toppling and reforms, all of that and more. But there is certain amount of unity that comes through when the enemy on the other side is Israel, not so much America, but more so Israel. So again, we're going to see a lot of celebrations. We're also going to see a lot of resistance, and in that, the government will have to ensure and manage the chaos within while fighting a very important and a very, very powerful enemy abroad.
All right, Geeta, do stay with us. Some more inputs coming in on this story. So